Hey everybody, welcome back to Sandwhich. Today we have a smoked roast beef sandwich with roasted peppers, sauteed onions, provolone cheese, and homemade pickles and hoagies. Let's go. For this roast beef sandwich today, we're going to go ahead and use a sirloin tip roast. I'm going to go ahead and start trimming off some of the scraggly edges. Probably gonna cut that little flat part off there, maybe make a little roast beef slider. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, look at that! Exactly what I did. Funny how things work out. Now that we got it nice and trimmed up, well, partially trimmed up, probably gonna go ahead and finish getting some of that silver skin off there. Now that I've finished that, I'm gonna go ahead and take some twine. I'm gonna start wrapping it up, try to get it as round as I possibly can. The rounder the better. Now that you got your meat nice and wrapped up, take some salt, some kosher salt preferably, and get it all over that meat. Once you have it nice and salted up, put it on a wire rack and pop it in your fridge overnight. Now that our meat is brining in the fridge, let's go ahead and get us some pickles going. In this pot here, I have 1.5 cups of water, half a cup of white distilled vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of salt and sugar. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the stove, get that to a boil. While that gets to a boil, get a mason jar, add a tablespoon of mustard seeds, as well as a tablespoon of black peppercorns. Get yourself some garlic, get about 5 to 6 cloves out of there, pop that in there. I'm going to take a red onion, about a half of one. Slice that thin, I'm going to pop that in there as well. Now that you have your onions sliced up and everything in that mason jar, get your cucumber and get that sliced up and in there as well. Now that your cucumbers are nice and sliced up, you're going to take your liquid after it's done boiling, or once you got it boiling, I should say. Pour that into your mason jar as full as you can. Once you have all your liquid in there, you're going to take your lid and you're going to loosely put it on there. Don't do it too tight yet. Loosely put it on there and set it aside till it is room temperature. When it's nice and room temperature, pop it in the fridge after you tightly seal that lid. Alright, it's next day now. Got my beef spice rub. I'm gonna go ahead, take the beef, rub that all in there, get all the sides, all the crevices, get it nice and rubbed down. Once you have it all ready to go, rub down all the crevices, all the sides, all the everything. Take it over to your smoker and you're gonna smoke it till it's about 250 degrees. Alright, now that our beef is smoking away, I'm going to go ahead and get some hoagies going there. I'll put the instructions on the screen, it'll be a little easier that way. I just want to take this time and thank everybody for watching at the beginning of this, journey that I'm on here. I'm just not quite sure the direction I want this channel to go. Do I want to keep it straightforward? This is what we got going on here. Or, do I want to tell you about my odd obsession with the pyramids, or my hatred of frogs, or, the fact that I don't quite understand how possible, I guess we'll see here. Just go ahead, follow along, and I guess we'll see where this all goes. Now that your dough has doubled in size, punch all the air out, and I like to cut it into 8 equal pieces. You can do 6 if you want a little bit bigger one, but I'm making smaller ones here. Once you have them all cut up, go ahead, put some aside, and start rolling them out. Put them in a little rectangle, fold it over a few times, and try to get it as seamed up as you can. Not seamed up, get your seams as sealed as you can. Then you're going to go ahead and put them on a parchment lined sheet tray and put that somewhere warm and let it double in size again. Probably about half an hour or so. Now that it's doubled in size, I'm going to go ahead, take some egg wash, hit it with that, and put it in the oven at 375 for about 16 to 20 minutes. Oof, done. Now we're going to go ahead, take some peppers that I rubbed in some vegetable oil, and I'm going to go ahead and broil those in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, flipping halfway through. Now that they're nice and charred up, go ahead, take them out, put them in a plastic bag to steam up a little bit. Now that they're nice and steamed, I went ahead and rubbed some of the skin off of them. I like to do it inside the bag, that way it contains some of the mess. Also, is a good time to take as much of the seeds out as you can. Now that you got them as seeded out as possible and as much of that skin off as you could, I go ahead, give it a nice rough chop. I went ahead and cut up an onion that I'm going to saute, get them nice and soft. Once nice and soft, I'm going to add them to our peppers. Alright, now we got our beef here out the smoker, tempted at a nice 125. I'm going to go ahead and let that rest before I slice her up. Okay, I got our toasted buns here, some tin foil, put some provolone cheese down. It's the best one for a roast beef sandwich in my opinion. That or cheddar, but we're going provolone today. Let's see, nice little heaping of roast beef on each side. Take our pepper and onion mixture, put that in the middle, fold that up, wrap it up. We're going to roast that in the oven for about 10-15 minutes or so at 350. And there we have it, a nice delicious roast beef sandwich with some pickles. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.